technically possible if you could have passed this amendment. Now, the tough part of the amendment, which is actually getting a legislation through Parliament, has actually gone through. We still haven't managed to push it through.
I was just giving you a parallel example in what happens in New York.
So I think that you are not.
I talk about the 74th Amendment.
Okay.
See this.
Wait for the microphone. And the other thing is, please come in the front. Then it would be so much easier to. Yeah, please come.
See, we've done. Hello. Hello. Yeah. We've done quite a lot of work on the 74th Amendment. See, 80% of smartness in any city is governance. Okay, now in Mumbai's case, we've got 17 organizations that are involved. And I spent a couple of months writing a note about this and preparing a draft paper for submission to the High Court. Because this is a plan for the judges. It's the judges who are going to make there's a particular clause that is 25ZF or something in that particular thing which needs interpretation. That I can share that thing with you if you want. We can work together and finish that document. I've not been having time to finish it, but I've worked on it for 3 months and it's a draft note to be submitted once it goes through and you get an interpretation. This ATM business is going to stop.
Yeah, but I mean the problem with 74 still remains that you need the buy-in from the state.
Yes,
not just the judiciary question.
Okay, then there's a second thing within it you reminded me. See, within this project, there is something called an urban equity withdrawal plan. Because 90% of the legislative this is urban equity withdrawal plan. It's a World Bank paper. Now, 90% of the quotations here in the Mantralaya are from outside Mumbai. Okay? They are not going to pass this particular thing unless you take money out of Bombay and invest it in the rest of Maharashtra. So what I've done is in this project, there is something called the Maharashtra Reinvestment Project, which takes essentially 60,000 checkdams in Marathwada and Vidarbha. The total cost of that project is 12,000 crores. Then there's something called the high-speed ring corridor, which is a 2,500 kilometer ring road and a railway network. So once they do the 74th Amendment in Maharashtra, if they get money to finance those projects, that's the only way it's going to happen. Otherwise, they're not going to pass this thing. So when I designed the project, this is what I have included within it, so that the 74th Amendment thing goes through. Right? So I'll share the paper with you, and if anybody interested in it, you can probably work on it and finish it. Because I have not had time to do that.
Thank you. Let's also hear about connectivity. What are your thoughts about connectivity? Some have been proposed in this paper that was prepared by our team, our students. I would like to hear, how would you connect the edge of the city to the water, to the portlands? What happens along the way? How would you reinforce that connection westward? How can public transit connect the city to the water and the portlands to the city? Any ideas?
Hi, this is Amri. I'm an architect. If you look at the whole waterfront, eastern waterfront, in each of the neighborhoods, there are some magnets. Like if you look at this small dock or something, there's a particular community building there or some business, some opportunity seen over there. So that can give the connecting more to the whole thing.
Right. Definitely. I think there needs to be networked and connected and improved and programmed. Because public spaces, if they are not programmed, they tend not to be taken care of. Please.
Of the east-west connectivity between the existing habitation and the portland, if you look at the map and study critical areas, you see there's a whole lot of encroachment. So basically, you can say there are slum dwellers that are happening there. But that is what leads me to the idea that any road widening which has to happen in Bombay. You can see that today Bombay, quite like New York, there are roads all the way up to the building. A lot of the roads are touching the building very little footpath left. Now, the government has been trying to widen the roads and everything else. But whenever you try to widen the roads, you will always have a structure coming in your way. That was my first intention, that unless we have a plan ready for rehabilitation of the people who are getting affected by this widening of roads or widening of footpaths, all the way, the east-west connectivity, which is going to cross over, we need more flyovers over the harbour line, we need underpasses under the harbour line so that the city becomes permeable from the west and the east to the east. So when you try to do anything, anywhere you want to connect, you will find it as a structure which is not letting the road go through. Even the road which is coming from KEM hospital, the CBD, Nawashiva link, which is coming from there, you will find that there is a huge slum which is disturbing that. And if those slums were to be relocated or rehoused in this Portland, which is pretty empty right now, then you will easily have this connectivity and both sides benefit. So rehabilitation of the tenements on the left side of the track will help you get the connectivity to the right side.
Yeah, that's a great idea, but I think we have to be quite careful not to, as I said in the morning as well, we want to stop segregating the city between the rich and the poor. We want to create mixed use, mixed income, diverse areas. So yes, some of those people indeed could be rehabilitated there, and some perhaps somewhere else, but there also should be some high-end housing that's going to have tremendous views out to the ocean. So yes, good point. Thank you. Yes.
Following the same point, as far as our French political philosophy is concerned, and geography is also, rehabilitation is a tough job as far as. Now, what is the other way? The other what I was thinking, I spoke about water channels connecting east and west. Why not, if there are 3-4 water channels, so that the flood is also taken care of. In this case, along the water channel, can we have a metro, 11 metros? This is one point. And second point, east and west, both along the east and west coast, there should be metros. So that the whole interconnecting metros, east and west, and along the east and west coastal way, only metros can solve. Because metros are fast enough to travel across, and people are from one corner of the city going to south and east. These are the metros are fast, so we can be connected easily, and one can go home at the evening peacefully and fast. This is what my concept.
But we could have feeder buses, Yes. Any other ideas? Yes, please. Please wait for the microphone.
करीब 5-7 साल पहले महाराष्ट्र सरकार ने बहुत प्रयास किया कि यहाँ पर की जैसे इस प्रकार की इंस्टीट्यूशन हो जाए जिसको सिंगापुर जिससे काम कर सके। लेकिन आपको मालूम है 7-8 साल होने के पश्चात भी इस महाराष्ट्र सरकार ने उतना सहयोग नहीं किया और अभी वही प्रोजेक्ट 78,000 करोड़ का GIF के नाम से हिट वो गुजरात के अंदर गया हुआ है और गुजरात में जाते ही उसने इतना कर लिया कि 7 to 8,000 करोड़ ऑलरेडी उसके ऊपर एक्सपेंडिचर हो चुका है। तो क्या हमें इस प्रकार की सरकार से सहयोग मिलने का इस प्रोजेक्ट के अंदर अपने को हेल्प होगा? और या अगर नहीं हुआ तो जैसा कि उन्होंने कहा कि इंडिविजुअल आदमी के पास में जाकर के और किसी के प्राइवेट लिंक्स के पास में जाकर के प्रोजेक्ट को लाएं, क्या ये संभव हो सकेगा? और आपका सपना जो पीछे है क्या वो सिंगापुर के ये सपने जितने साकार हो?
So, I've actually been to the gift land, to the gift project, not the which name. It's totally empty space, it's a lot of noise and और कुछ नहीं हो रहा है वहाँ पे. And it's also a fundamental misunderstanding of the fact that all you need is a bunch of tall buildings and finance will shift. No, finance will not shift to Gujarat just because there's tall buildings. There's a good set of reasons why finance is in Mumbai. And I don't see finance leaving Mumbai in a hurry. So I would strongly recommend कि आप वो जाके वो गिफ्ट का साइट देख लीजिए, वहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है.
Coming to this connectivity, when we are talking about the urban planning, this particular area will be developed entirely new. But simultaneously, the planning should be also done for connectivity by entire road to rest of the city parts. Then water supply, sewerage and sanitation, disposal. Then all other recreation and playgrounds that will take care of it. These are the main three areas where the present example is in Nana Chowk and Rand Road. 150 towers have come up over there, and all the cars which are coming from those towers are landing in Nana Chowk alone, and it is not capable of taking up that traffic. Plus, whatever the PPT railway line which is over there as of today, not being used, how we can make use of that PPT railway line and revive the services on that for the passengers as well as for goods. That should be also considered very rigorously.
See, one of the things that I particularly find very horrible about Mumbai is metro thing. You know, in the middle of the road, you find this thing coming up and spoiling the look of the city. It's complete. If you go to Thane, it is completely ruined the look of the city. So within this project, I have actually got a plan to demolish all these things and have an underground system. We've done the costing for that. 210 kilometer underground network financed by putting up the islands offshore will cost you around $37 billion. Okay, son?
You are saying that after what happened in New York with Sandy?
I have a problem.
Because now the paradigm has changed.
Okay.
Because the weather, the disaster frequency all over the world is increasing. So I think we have to learn about it. But why not? I mean, something to think about. Thank you. We have a big commitment here from her. Very exciting.
There's a very strong builder lobby which will not veto any of our plans. This is a beautiful dream, we have to think of that. So how do we go around them? Can we offer them some stops so that they become part of us? They feel that they would also benefit by being part of us? Because I always believe in reaching out to people rather than going like a battering ram. So that is one thing. And the other challenge would be the people who are already occupying these lands. They will not give it up easily. They are on the lease. And they are objecting to our plans. So we can offer them some stops also that if you develop it the way Meera and envisioned it, like the rupees garden that I was talking about, the Port Trust is offering stops to the corporates who are going to give money for sponsoring this garden by giving them alternative revenue streams to earn income. So the people who are already the lessees, if they are given some stops like this, if you also will benefit by this, not just the city, but you individually will benefit. So let's think around those lines.
May I just share one of the experiences we had? So I think finally hit the nail on the head. The real issue is how can we do this in a constructive and collaborative way? Now, one of the factories which was mentioned was Hindustan Paper Soap Factory. So we said, all right, now let's imagine this in a different way. Every company in India has to set aside 2% of their revenue as CSR. And companies are really struggling to figure out what do you do because now it's required by law. So we said, supposing we envisage this idea and we come back to the Bombay Port Trust Garden, which is a really good idea, where the land belongs to BBT. Tatas have given money to develop the garden in its current shape, and you and I pay 2 rupees to go there. So supposing we were to say, let's say for argument's sake to Hindustan Paper, say look, in this area we would like to develop a football stadium or college, a school, a hospital or whatever this is. Would you as Hindustan Paper, as part of your CSR commitment, be willing to choose from this menu and develop a school, college, hospital, whatever it is? So we tested it. And they said, yes, we'd be happy. So we said, okay, by the way, you can have maybe pledge to call it the Love School or the Love Stadium or whatever it is, Surf Stadium, whatever you want. Similarly, we tested it with some of the other leading business houses through the IFC. And said, supposing you were to call it, XYZ, the name of your mother, father, Speaker's Corner for Ashish Pratambekar, Kabaddi Akhada for Ruben Abraham, whatever it is. And it is on a BOT to you for 60 years. It's a little bit of trade transfer. You manage it. And then how do you choose? Because Mr. Pratambekar may say that, okay, I will charge each child who comes here 10 rupees to run on the athletic track. Maya may say, I will charge 7 rupees. So maybe we can do a reverse auction and say already, you're offering the same facilities. You have the naming rights. And you make it as a public utility and a public space. So I think there are a lot of interesting ideas. And when we went to New York, I was delighted because Geeta showed me this Roosevelt Island, which is now being converted into a university. Very similar to what we're talking about in the Portland University, where the state of New York, I think, had a competition and they got Caltech and Stanford. And they've given that whole thing for $1. And Caltech and Stanford are not developing it. So it's got a comment, sorry, I don't know what. But the point is that there are many examples of different types of public-private partnerships. I think we should be open to that. And I think the core idea, Maya, which you're talking about, is how do we co-opt people? Because Hindustan wants the city to be better. Tata wants the city to be better. All of us want our city to be better. We assume that we are all crooks and thieves and scoundrels. But that's not necessarily the case.
But Mira, to be honest, that's not what she's talking about. She's talking about a builder lobby. She's not talking about a
We got representative of builder lobby. I have been on a study tour with him. You tell me what is your perspective. I tell you, for me, it was an eye-opener. It was an eye-opener to see, and now, just now, this last weekend in Powai, I mean, I don't know, maybe I should name them. Viranadani builders have given there a large area of publics, of what was their parking space, over to public use, and it's been beautifully developed, and they actually gave the money for it as well. So, Maya, it's possible. I mean, builders in our own city are very good, and it's really something to think
about. A couple of things. One is, when we talk about the builder lobby, let's not leave the politicians out of this. It's a nexus. And at the heart of that particular issue sits campaign finance. And unless you address the campaign finance issue, which is how does a politician win an election, right? You're not. So I'd be very happy. This is at the absolute crux of the issue.
So if you're going to be talking brass tacks, you're right, Ruben, you're absolutely right. And the brand of politics as Stanford's really fighting this. But apart from all of that, the brilliant possibility of the Portlands is that this land belongs to the federal government.
Right.
It is Bombay Port Trust land. As Geeta says, they are holding this land in trust for the city. There's a directive by the Prime Minister and the ministry that this belongs to the city. So this is a unique opportunity. If you're going to say that, okay, let's take, all kinds of other areas, that doesn't apply. This is with one owner. We don't have to, Geeta's model, that don't sell the land, just lease it out so that Mumbai Port Trust continues to own it. I think gives us that window of opportunity.
No, I agree. And I think maybe an SPV is the right model to use. I don't know, Kate will definitely be talking about this, but this is worth spending some time thinking about prevention of capture of that particular piece of land, and because it's a centrally mandated thing, it may be possible to break that nexus.
And every single person here, we are part of this campaign because, we haven't openly talked about it because we don't want to be, just getting into a political minefield. But the fact is that this land is already being passed. There's no question about it. So we are all, as Mumbaikars, I think we have to unite to move it in the right direction and don't allow that. And I think that's
And I'll just share the piece of information that I shared with Mira earlier, that the only thing that this government is receptive to by way of outside influence is social media. They are extremely, extremely wary of social media. So if you want to apply pressure, that's what you use. Nothing else will work with this government if you want to apply political pressure.
So everybody please go out and tweet hashtag Black Portlands.
Yeah, we create a good hashtag,
Hashtag at Portlands. PORTLANDS, one word, hashtag. So yes, please continue to, I think we have to finish pretty soon, but we want you to know that this is a completely open forum. We will sum up what was said today by you But we want to continue adding to that. So there will possibly be on the website, we will inform everybody how you will be able to continue sending your ideas, and all ideas are most welcome, because this is how I think we can make this into a movement. So thank you very much.
And it needs to be a movement.
Yes.
I think that's the piece that nobody in this room should forget. It will not work if it's not a movement.